Okay, yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan, this is My Life in Taiwan, and we have been joined by a very special guest. This is Andy. Welcome to the channel, Andy.
Thank you, thank you.
For anybody watching wondering what the hell is going on in the background, you are joining us here at CTP Poker, where I often like to come and indulge in a little bit of poker, which is exactly why Andy is here. Andy is all over YouTube playing at a casino called the Bicycle Casino, and he plays huge games. Right?
Right.
Oh my gosh. We're seeing a $70,000 pot, and Andy wins with deuces. Andy wins with deuces. Andy came to play today.
We're going to get into the poker a little bit more later. Can you give us a little introduction as to who you are, what you're about, why you're here?
First of all, thanks for having me here. I see we got the legendary desk.
The desk is
from
out,
all your videos.
yes. A lot of my fans are going to be happy to see it again. Yeah.
This is the reason why I'm here. Is this right behind us? So here is this energy right here.
Okay.
You know, this poker energy.
But you also have a YouTube channel?
I just started a YouTube channel, and it's kind of an experimental thing right now. I just, because of the pandemic, brought me back to Taiwan, to my hometown.
Yeah.
And I'm out here just exploring, enjoying my life, and playing some poker, obviously, and just having some fun.
I really wanted to explore a little bit about the differences between your life in America and your life here in Taiwan. Just to give people a little bit of background, you were born in Taiwan?
I was born in Taiwan, yeah.
And then when did you leave to go to America?
When I was two years old.
Oh, okay. So are you American? Are you Taiwanese?
I'm pretty much like they call it like a banana, which means like you're yellow on the outside and you're white on the inside.
Oh, okay, that's
so
interesting.
they say. So.
Okay, so talk about life in America. Like, especially I want to focus on the virus, like the COVID-19 stuff. Is that one of the reasons that you've actually come back at the moment? Is that
I would say that's one of the more compelling reasons, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been back in 4 years, and I had no idea in January this year that I was going to come back here. When I heard that, Taiwan was pretty much had the virus under control and things like that, it just made sense to me. It was a logical thing to do. My parents actually live here, and I haven't seen them for 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they must be very happy to have you back.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came back, and and ever since then, I no plans to go back soon until things get better over there in the U.S.
Okay. What was it like in America during the peak of the virus?
I would say chaos. You know, because during the peak, nobody knew what was going on. Like it was the biggest shit show because we got the political thing going on, with both sides. America's so divided with their views, and not only divided, but they're very, very strong-minded with their views. They're so extreme, and so that caused a lot of tension, a lot of chaos. The virus was still a big mystery to a lot of people. We were basically just at the mercy of what the media was telling us. So we wake up, watch different news channels, but then the thing about the news in the U.S., at least, is that they're driven by political agendas. And so people don't want to trust the news.
Right.
And so if you can't trust the news, then where are you going to get your information? That's a huge problem for a lot of Americans. And so there's constant debate about how deadly the virus actually is.
So did you experience like a lockdown? Was there a lockdown in America?
There was a lockdown, but there was no. They tried to put in some curfews in place and things like that, but it wasn't like how it was in Taiwan. When I first arrived in Taiwan, the procedure that they had was 14 days mandatory quarantine, real quarantine where they have someone check on you, they track your location to make sure you're not leaving, and as soon as you get out the airport, they spray you down and make sure that you're not taking public transportation and put you in a taxi straight to your quarantine place that you're going to quarantine at.
Wow. Okay. What was that experience like? That 14 days quarantine?
I was able to just finish it without any problems because even though I'm Americanized, but I still have my traditional Taiwanese roots, and the way I was raised by my parents was that discipline and it's huge in my family. I get spanked by the bamboo. My mom was very, very disciplined with me. So when I come back and the government has laws like this, where like everybody has to follow this law for everybody's safety, you don't question it, you just do it.
That's something I really wanted to ask you about, the difference between American people and Taiwanese people. I think, and this is very stereotypical, I'm going to put it out there. In my opinion, I think American people, they don't like being told what to do. Am I right with that? Is it like their freedom is so important, their freedom to make their own choices.
Yeah, I think in the U.S. it's the culture, it's the way the media is and how we're raised there. It's all about fighting for your independence, what you believe in, and standing up for it. And that's the freedom that we have over there is having your own political view and standing behind it. And not having anybody be able to tell you that you're wrong. It's a double-edged sword, because when you live in the States, you have that right, but at the same time, that causes a lot of tension between people when two people disagree on a topic.
Yeah.
And the virus is one of them.
Have you contacted any of your friends back in America and told them about how Taiwan is? Can they believe how the situation is so different here?
I get mixed reactions actually. Some of them are, they totally I think I'm so lucky to be out here. They want to fly out here too. And other people are saying like the opposite, which is like the numbers are lies. They think that it's like the numbers are not real.
Did you have any friends that got the virus?
I personally know many poker players that have had coronavirus, and
really?
I would say the majority of them have told me that it was pretty unbearable.
Okay.
They have told me that it was the worst 3 days of their life. They couldn't fall asleep for more than a certain number of hours. They would wake up and have breathing problems. It's something that I don't think it's smart to take a risk at. I mean, obviously I play poker and I take risks, but you would never want to take a risk with your health.
What do you think that the U.S. can learn from Taiwan in response to the virus?
That's a tough question. I was thinking about this question because I feel like, in Taiwan, we have things under control because a lot of that is, due to the fact that not only culturally are we different, because of the pandemic, we're all unified to find a working solution to help prevent it. Everybody in Taiwan is mentally unified for the cause. And whereas in the U.S., like we were talking about earlier, it's the opposite. Everybody is so extreme in their views. And they want to express it that there's no way for unification, and so it's what happened is kind of expected almost, the way people are. The thing that they can learn is try to find what the end result is, and if they realize that it's everybody actually wants the same result, then maybe they won't be as divided.
That's true. I think that's the key point. Taiwan is a very political country, there's no hiding that. But in times like this, there is no talk of blue and green with the virus. It's just we wear masks, we follow the rules. The government has the full support of everybody. Even the people who didn't maybe vote for that government, they know that it's the best thing to do. So I think unity would be a great thing for America, but do you think it's possible?
It's tough. It's difficult because of the size. That's what I was going to mention. That Taiwan is a lot smaller, obviously, and so it's easier to control. Whereas like in the U.S., it's so massive. So many different type of beliefs and personalities and thinkings and religions, and so it's going to be natural that this type of
Totally agree. I think that's a very interesting point. And just to sort of slightly move into what we just mentioned about poker, I do see some other YouTubers. They're starting to play again now. They're playing like with plexiglass and sanitizer. And do you think that's a wise idea? Are you in support of that, or? It's just
so contagious that it's for me personally. If I was still in the U.S. right now, I wouldn't be going to casinos.
Okay. Another thing I really wanted to ask you about, which you touched on a little bit about your mother being very strict.
Yes.
Now you're a professional poker player. That's your main your source of income, right?
Right.
How do Taiwanese parents feel about you using that as your job?
I definitely would say they're not for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a lot of convincing for my parents to truly accept it. I think my father was probably a little bit more accepting of it at first. He's more just along the lines of do what makes you happy, and if you truly love what you do, then that's kind of the American way of thinking. I know in Taiwan that it's the exact opposite.
I do want to make it clear to people that this club where I come to play in Taichung it's like a family feeling here. Like most of the time, the tournaments I will play, the most will be like 1,000 NTs. So that's like $30 US. The buy-in is $30, and the winner maybe can take home Iwan Liangwan or maybe a little bit more. So it's not like it's not really for winning money. It's for playing a skill game, meeting people, doing like a social activity, and it's something that I would encourage people to take part in if it's something that you think you might be interested in. Because since I've started coming here and playing here, I've got many more Taiwanese friends than I had in my previous hobbies, which was playing soccer with Westerners. And
I think if you love competition and you love cards and you love the spirit of competing, you're gonna love coming here because they run daily tournaments here every day. And these people are just here around the clock pretty much competing.
And how are you enjoying YouTube so far?
It's definitely a lot of hard work. But I think it's like poker. It's similar in the sense that what you put in is what you get out of it. If you take a lot of pride in what you do and you put in the hard work, then there's a feeling of accomplishment that comes from it. And who better than to that, right?
Talking of accomplishments, Andy is fast approaching 10,000 subscribers, right? You're going to be there soon. So if you want to support Andy, get over to his channel, subscribe, and take him over 10,000 subscribers. That would be much appreciated. I think that's enough for now. Thanks for coming on the channel.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, thanks to everybody here at CTP for putting up with me here in the corner, making YouTube videos while they're trying to play their game. As I said, there's links in the description if you want to go check it out and take a look. But I think as for now, it's time to say goodbye. So as for now and as always, I'll see you next time in My Life in Thailand. Peace. Bye-bye.
See you, everybody.